Hi guys, it's Carrie Sly here. Welcome back to Food for Thought. So today, before I even get started on my segment, I was talking to my mom and I was thinking about getting rid of the title Food for Thought. And my mom was like, why? And I said, well, I feel like a title is really restricting because the majority of the videos I've done on here have been serious and deeply thoughtful. And she said, well, not all thought is serious. Sometimes it can be silly, sometimes it can be snarky. So I'm not exactly sure how today fits into one of those categories, but today is definitely going to be different. So let's get started. Today's oil of the day is called Thieves. See? Thieves. And the reason why it's named this I actually know why it's called this. I think it was in the 14th century when the bubonic plague was huge. These thieves would rub oils all over their body and then loot the bodies of the dead of those who died from the bubonic plague, and they would never get sick, and they were tortured and tortured. They wanted the recipe for these oils, and they finally gave it to the people who were torturing them, and so that's why it was called Thieves. It's very good antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, and let me see what it has in it. It has clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. Young Living makes cleaning products with this stuff, and it'll make your whole house smell like you baked an apple pie. Oh, God, it smells good. Although with this oil, you have to be careful. If you're putting it directly on your skin, it can feel warm or like hot, so you want to dilute it with a carrier oil. Now, what I mean by carrier oil is like olive oil or coconut oil or sesame seed oil, any other oil. It's not going to dilute the properties of it. It'll still be just as effective, but it'll take away the burn. And if you start to feel a burn when you put it on your skin, don't use water, it doesn't help. Use a carrier oil. Or wash your hands right away with soap. I came up with a list of 28 things about myself that some people may know, but most people probably don't. Okay, so number 1, I was born the day before Valentine's Day, which was actually 2 months earlier. Approximately 2 months, I'm not sure because that was the day I was born. I don't remember much from that. I was born premature, which leads to my next one, number 2, I am a twin. I have a twin brother who is openly gay, but not flamboyant, and he is a fabulous person. I used to hate him when I was little, but I love him to death now, even though sometimes he drives me up a wall. True story, I am actually a brunette. You can kind of see it a little bit here. But yeah, I'm a brunette. I've been dyeing my hair since junior year of high school, so 2009. Number 4, my eyes are multicolored and can change color. That description of my eyes is what most people consider hazel. But whatever. They're multicolored and I like them. They're probably one of my best features. Number 5, I love horses. That's my favorite animal of all time, always will be. I have loved horses since I was 2 years old. Number 6, I have ADHD and ulcerative colitis. ADHD, for those of us who do not know, is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I had it really, really, really bad in elementary school, middle school, and high school, and part of college. I took medication for it. I had a hard time concentrating. I could not focus at work. It was terrible. You could tell if I was on my medication because I would be really, really giggly. I would laugh a lot. And I had to cut my medication out of my life cold turkey when I became pregnant with my son. Because the medication that you take, well, one of the medications that you can take for it, called Adderall, can have detrimental effects to the baby. And I wanted the best for him, so I've been off of it ever since, and I think I'm doing fine. But ulcerative colitis is a chronic condition. If you want to Google more about it, you can. Ulcerative colitis. It is a disease in which the colon forms ulcers and bad stomach cramps, bloody diarrhea. It's not fun. I have had that since the senior year of high school. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to gross you guys out. I am not a gross person, I promise. Number 7, I have 2 tattoos, and I have the next 6 planned out. And then I want to get, for us Doctor Who fans, a star whale here with the beast below. this area of my arm. I want to get a half a heart that says daughter on my wrist. And then I'm in culinary school, but when I graduate, I want to get a whisk on this forearm and a knife that says yes chef, like with the caption yes chef on this arm for when I graduate. It's a graduation present to me. And then I want to get a phoenix on my ribs. And then if you've ever watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the homunculus, Google it. It's a really cool design. I like it. I don't know where I want to get it, but I know I want to. How do I want to describe this? The Hakuna Matata. You know, the like, Hakuna Matata. Yeah, that's actually Swahili. And there's a symbol that means Hakuna Matata. I want to get that on the back of my neck. Hakuna Matata means there are no worries here, and it reminds me to keep calm in all situations. Number 8, I am right-handed. Always have been. Number 9, I did not start swearing until college. I know, I was a goody two-shoes in elementary, middle, and high school. Everybody made fun of me for it. And then I got to college, and I started swearing, and everyone, Carrie, did that come out of your mouth? That's right, motherfuckers. But no, I try not to swear, but sometimes it just... Yeah. Number 10, I was raised Christian, but I am spiritual. I am very open-minded. I respect other people's decisions, their religious choices, their religious beliefs. I have always believed that what may be true for me may not be true for someone else. And I have to be respectful of that, because that's what I do. Life is too short to be judgmental. My favorite color is purple. You wouldn't be able to tell by what I'm wearing. Number 12, my first job was McDonald's, and I worked there for 6 years. Nope, 5 years, 9 months. Number 13, I didn't own a cell phone until I was 17, and it wasn't even a nice flip phone. It was like one of those little brick phones. I don't know how else to describe it. Almost like a Nokia kind of phone. Yeah. And I had to share it with my brother, and then I think it was when I turned 18. When I turned 18, I got a phone of my own. Number 14, I didn't take driver's ed in high school. Driver's education. I didn't learn how to drive until after I graduated high school, and I didn't get my driver's license until I was 19. Number 15, my first car was a 1991 Buick Century. It was a hand-me-down from our cousins in Minnesota, and that car had been to Minnesota, Kansas, and a few other states. It had been all around the U.S., and it was aptly called White Lightning because I think there was something wrong with the engine, but the engine rattled really loudly, and you could hear it. You could hear the car going down the street. I miss that car so much. Number 16, I have had either 5 or 6 colonoscopies in my life, and the reason why I say either 5 or 6 is because that's how many I've had. I can't remember if it's 5 or 6 because I've had so many. You're not supposed to have a colonoscopy until you're 50 years old, and that's to check if you have colon cancer. The first colonoscopy I had was when I was a senior in high school, and I would not wish it on anybody. Number 17, and this is a little weird fact about me, but when I get a P.O. box, if you want to take advantage of this, you can. Number 17, I love cookbooks. Granted, I love all books, but my favorites are cookbooks. I could flip through the pages of a cookbook all day. The pictures, the ingredients. I'm weird like that. I could look at recipes all day. Number 18, I wanted to be a veterinarian when I grew up. Like when I was little, I had always wanted to be a veterinarian, and all through high school I wanted to be a veterinarian. I was always taking care of my parents' dogs and cats. I was always giving them baths and brushing them all the time. They hated me so much. Like my dad's dog, he still avoids me to this day because he thinks I'm going to brush him. Number 19, I was engaged once before. Number 20, this is a little weird, I drank bleach when I was little. Funny story behind that. I was a stupid little kid, and I didn't realize that my grandma soaked her water bottles on the counter in bleach, because she would always take peach tea with her to work, like the Snapple peach tea, the powder that you mix up with the water and stuff. I didn't realize that she soaked it in bleach every night, and so I thought it was water. I took a drink, and I had a panic attack. I thought I was going to die, but I didn't. Not very many people know about it, and now the entire world knows. Number 21, basements scare me. Not as bad as they used to when I was little. I could not go into the basement when I was little without having a panic attack because I thought somebody was going to hide down there and kill me. Or like when you're going downstairs and you come back up and you think someone is behind you, so you run up the stairs quick. That was me, like, to an extreme level. Number 22, my first pet was a dog named Sarah. We adopted her from the Humane Society. She was part beagle, part German Shepherd, and part healer, which is like a herding dog. And funny story, again, I know, so many funny stories today. Funny story, our neighbor's name was Sarah too, and we didn't want to yell across the backyard, "Sarah, go potty!" So we changed her name to Sandy. But she was too rambunctious of a dog for 2 8-year-olds, and she would keep knocking us down, and she terrified us. I think that was the one and only time I was ever scared of a dog. And so we had to get rid of her, and I haven't heard anything about her since. She's probably dead by now. Yeah, she probably is. Either that or she is really fucking old. Number 23, my favorite food is Italian food. Pasta, pizza, just the rich variety of food. I would love to go to Italy someday. And, like, not the touristy sections of Italy, but like a real, like, authentic, traditional, like, old school village, and just go in, not in a creepy way, but I mean, like, you know, food vloggers. They would go into like some grandma's house and have their lasagna, like a recipe that was passed down 17 generations. That's the kind of thing I want to do. Have some authentic Italian food. Number 24, since the 4th grade, I have not been able to grow my hair out past my jawline. Number 25, I am currently attending the 5th university in my college career. I have been going to school since September of 2010, and I have gone to 4 universities before this, and then this is the 5th college I'm going to now. But it's the first technical college that I've attended, so I'm super duper excited to graduate. I'm super excited to get a degree, you know, the right way, without them mailing me my degree. That would just be great. Number 26, I have received a letter from George W. Bush congratulating me for all the volunteer work that I have done. And this was during middle school. I forgot to grab it from my house this morning, but I swear I have it. But I think it was like one of those like copy and paste, enter name here type of letters. So it was a nice gesture of recognition, but I don't think it was very personalized. So, you know, it's however you want to take it. Number 27, I never went on a real honeymoon. By that I mean, like, you know, the stereotypical honeymoon where you get plane tickets and you go somewhere romantic and you spend 2 weeks and then you come back and the honeymoon period's over. We never really did that. The closest thing we came to a honeymoon was a year afterwards, and I was pregnant, and we went back to the hotel where we had stayed on our wedding night, and we stayed there for the whole weekend, which was great. I mean, we didn't have to work. We got to spend time with each other, but it's not the stereotypical honeymoon situation. So who knows? Maybe within the next few years we'll actually get to take a vacation. It'll be great. I would just have to decide when and where. Anyways, number 30, and this is the weird one. I have shot a gun before. So if you liked what you saw, click the subscribe button down below. Click that cheeky little like button down there. Leave comments. I do respond. And I like talking to people. I like meeting new friends. So thank you for watching, and have a good week, guys.